Hello, we're here today for our career Q&A with Tim Miyasaki. He is a superintendent and carpenter with Otto Construction. How are you doing today, Tim?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Great. So if you could start, just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, I was born in Sonoma, went to high school in Santa Rosa. Through high school, I did cabinets. I worked for my dad's friend. It was a small shop. There were three of us, including myself. And after 2 years of doing that, I loved it. Continued to do it through high school, and then after the owner's son graduated high school, it put me out of a job because he wanted to come work for him. So I was out of a job, and I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do? And one of my friend's friends said, hey, I'm a union carpenter. If you want to come, clean the job sites and see how it is, you're welcome to. So I said, I'm looking for a job. I'm going to check it out. So I checked it out and, cleaned the job sites for about 3 weeks, a month. And my friend, he was like, hey, you want to be a carpenter? Just ask my dad. He's a superintendent and he'll sponsor you. So he sponsored me, put me in the apprenticeship. I went through 4 years of the apprenticeship and then became a carpenter. Worked for about 6 years and then got promoted to a foreman. After this is my third company with Otto, and then became a superintendent shortly after that, and have been running work for about 2 to 3 years. Great.
So you mentioned Otto. Tell us a little bit about Otto Construction.
They are based out of Sacramento. They have a branch in Monterey as well. They mainly do public works, which is government-funded projects. We typically do schools and hospitals, but we will hard bid jobs as well to stay competitive. But we really just stay with the public works.
Great. And so you have both a role of superintendent and carpenter, or title rather. Take us through, what does your average day, typical day kind of look like in those roles?
Well, I do both. If it's a small project, I'll actually perform the work. And that could be putting my bags on and, doing whatever it takes to get the job done, whether it's hanging drywall, steel studs, wood, framing a roof. It could be anything that involves carpentry. So with that, I'll show up at the job if I'm working as a carpenter, and then open up the job site and get the necessary tools out I need and start the project. And if I'm running a project like I am now, or several projects, I'll get to the job, open up the job, walk it, make sure everything's safe. When the crew shows up, I'll go through a safety orientation or a JHA, just going over the hazards throughout the day. Lately it's been the COVID-19, we go over the precautions daily with that. And then after that, I'll get with the foreman and talk to him about what he's got going out throughout the day, whether it's inspections, any deliveries, or any issues he's having, any discrepancies on the plans and the drawings. And after the crews are set, they go to work, and then I'll go to the office and update the schedule, document the necessary paperwork that we went through, and then go back out to the field after the office work is done. Check on the crew, make sure everything's going as good as can be, and then wrap up the job at the end of the day, lock the gates, and that's a typical day.
And what do you love about what you do?
I love working through challenges. Every job is different, and they present their own, and love working with new people. And creating new friendships. I still talk to people that I've worked with in the past regularly, and it's great. Go golfing with them and have great relationships.
So if someone had an interest in being a superintendent or a carpenter, and they're currently in high school, what are some of the steps that they would need to go down to experience that type of a career?
Well, to be a union carpenter, you need to have a high school diploma or a GED equivalent. But through high school, I would say get as much construction experience as you can. Go out to job sites and ask, hey, are you hiring or anything like that? And whether it's just the summer break or after work after school for an hour or two, any experience is going to be the best that you can get. And I think the union actually requires 1,500 hours of full-time experience. But if you're able to get 3 months out of the year during your summer break, that's going to be great. I mean, any experience, any knowledge that you can get about the construction industry is where you want to go as far as that goes. Yeah, definitely.
And on the superintendent side, what were the steps for you to progress to that position?
Work hard. I mean, really, that for me, it was working hard, getting a good knowledge of the construction. You can't just go in and build a house if you don't know what you're doing. You gotta, and you're supervising the people that are doing it. You have to know what you're doing. So getting experience is the next thing. After you become a carpenter, you got to work for, at least another 4 years to, have the experience you need to be a supervisor.